Today on thedailyEco, we'll explain how to cultivate orchids in water. Let's dive in. Recommended light, temperature, and location. These plants thrive well next to windows where they receive gentle filtered light for a few hours each day, with shade during other parts. This prevents flowers and leaves from burning. Ensure excessive light is avoided in summer. The ideal ambient temperature is above 23 degrees Celsius. If your orchid isn't flowering, move it to a cooler spot to encourage budding of floral spikes. The water temperature when adding it to the plant should be room temperature, neither cold or hot. Otherwise, the plant might go into thermal shock and die. Water for orchids. Before transitioning your orchid to water, wash its roots thoroughly to remove dirt. After removing it from solid substrate, lightly shake the plant to eliminate debris. Then rinse with water. If there are dry or rotten roots, this is the time to trim them with sterilized scissors. The water used for your orchids should be chlorine-free. To achieve this, let the water sit for about 2 hours before placing the orchid, allowing any chlorine from tap water treatment to dissipate. Alternatively, you can use aquarium water, rainwater, or add anti-chlorine drops. Water fosters fungal, mold, and algae growth, so it's best to change it every 3 weeks. Container for orchids in water. For orchids in water, only the roots should be submerged, not the leaves. Choose a narrow-necked container where leaves can rest above water level and roots can extend into the wider base. Alternatively, a curved container can support the roots. If a suitable container isn't available, place enough pebbles or marbles at the bottom to support the roots while keeping the leaves elevated. Since roots are photosynthetic, opt for a transparent glass or plastic container to allow plant development. Before we continue, let's test your knowledge. How are most orchids classified based on their growth habitat? A. Epiphytic. B. Aquatic. C. Succulent. D. Shrubby. Think it over because you'll find out the correct answer at the end of the video. Let's proceed. Appropriate fertilizer. To promote orchid flowering and overall growth, use slow-release Osmocote fertilizer. Add a few granules to the water to provide essential nutrients. When changing the water, also refresh the fertilizer. Diseases of water orchids. It's crucial to note that water orchids are susceptible to crown rot, caused by fungal and bacterial proliferation at the base of leaves due to excess water. Regularly check your water orchid to ensure leaves remain dry, firm, and green, with possible new floral stems and green roots. If not, consider returning it to dry substrate. Orchids take a few weeks to adapt to their new water environment, so allow a couple of months to assess its health. How to propagate orchids in water. Select an orchid with a developed offshoot attached, which can be separated into 2 plants at the base. Place this in water as previously detailed. Newly divided plants tend to adapt quickly to their new environment, enhancing success. To root the orchid in water and ensure plant establishment, place the new plant in the water container to stimulate new root growth. And returning to our earlier question, have you figured it out? The correct answer is A. Tell us, are you going to cultivate orchids in water? Until next time, eco enthusiasts.